Okay, today we're talking about The Big Leap. If you are not already familiar, this book is called The Big Leap: Conquer Your Hidden Fear and Take Life to the Next Level by Hendricks. So let me read the back for you. In The Big Leap, New York Times bestselling author Hendricks reveals a simple yet comprehensive program for overcoming our one barrier to happiness and fulfillment, providing a clear path for achieving our true potential and attaining not only financial success, but also success in love and life. Okay, so I was recommended this book by a friend in business over 2 years ago. Okay, maybe even 3 years ago. And it took me a long time to even start this book. I have a tendency to purchase books and then leave them on a shelf for a really long time. So it took me time to pick this book up, and then it took me even longer to read the whole thing. And it's not a very big book, okay? And I'll tell you why. Sometimes when books they hit your weak spot, they can be, we kind of procrastinate on them, or we don't really want to kind of go down that road, right? This was one of those books. I'll kind of explain. I also didn't love the way that he sort of presented the information. I think it could have been easier to digest if he would have said, here's the one issue, this is how you break it down, this is how you recognize it in yourself, and then here's what to do. He gives a lot of sort of background stories, okay, and makes it really wordy. So I think he could have presented in a way where it wasn't necessarily dry. I needed to take it into bite-sized pieces. Okay, so that was just my personal preference, and I think that was kind of why it took longer for me to get through it. So the point of this book kind of reminded me of an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond. Who loved that show? Love it. Okay, and the episode in Everybody Loves Raymond was about Ray. He needed to buy a gift for his dad, and he completely forgot about it. I guess they don't normally get gifts for every birthday, but this was a big birthday. I think he was turning 75 or something like that. And so, everybody was getting a gift and he didn't get one. So at the last minute, he's just like, I got you something, but I had to order it, right? And so now he's thinking, well, what did I order? Now I got to find something to order for him. So he comes up with this brilliant idea to buy him an aquarium and order special fish for this aquarium because his dad loves the aquarium at the Chinese restaurant they like to go to. So the gift was a hit, right? Of course, his brother's all pissed off because he got his dad like a remote boat, thing for his remote, and like a soda caddy and whatever, like stuff that his dad can watch TV or whatever. So he get completely overshadowed by this aquarium and stuff like that, right? And so it was a hit, right? And he's talking to his wife, Deborah, and she's like, the aquarium was a great gift. Your parents don't even come to our house anymore. Like, they love watching that thing. The kids are over there looking at the fish. Like, it's great. And he gets kind of like depressed and like, oh, okay. And she's like, what is your problem? And he's like, well, I got to think about what to get him for next year. And she's like, no. You don't have to keep upping yourself. Like, you don't have to keep upping the ante and keep topping yourself every year. This was a big birthday. You got him a big gift, and go back to like give him a card or something. And he's like, no, like you gotta keep it up now, And she's like, okay, fine, whatever. Like, but that's like a year down the road. Like, why are you worrying about it now? For now, enjoy, the fact that everybody's happy. And he goes, you don't get me at all. It's not that I have a year to worry about it. Like, don't worry about it now. He's like, now I have a year to worry about it. So now I'm going to worry about it all year long until his next birthday. And that's what this book reminded me of. Okay. We get to a point in our lives where, something great happens. Like, you buy a car, and then all of a sudden things, happen to the car or to other things to inconvenience you, right? But a lot of times happens to the car, okay? You love this car, you're so excited, you bought the car, you're showing it off and everything else. Some people will say you're jinxing the car. Some people would say it's bad luck. Some people say, well, you posted on social media, somebody's got bad juju about your car. But this book would say it's because you have a bad feeling about enjoying the car. Okay? It's a little out there, right? But hang with me. So the thought process is that you can't allow yourself to be completely happy with this new car. You can't 100% enjoy it. You create scenarios where, or if something bad happens, you go, oh, well, that's because I didn't deserve the car. Or, oh, well, now I can't enjoy it, right? It takes away that joy. Oh, well, I just got the car. Now I find out it needs a part replaced. Or I just got the car and now I got a flat tire, right? So it's like you kind of don't want that enjoyment factor to last very long. Something always happens. Sometimes it's not even related to the car. You buy the car and a week later you get sick. Well, now you can't even drive the car, right? Because you're home in bed. Or, you create this scenario where you have to go on this business trip. You don't really have to go on the business trip, but you say you have to go on this business trip. It's like a subconscious thing. You make this big deal. Why? Because you're not driving that car all week, right? So we do things to ourselves that prohibit our enjoyment of whatever is going on. If you are excited about the kids going off to college and you're going to be an empty nester, and then all of a sudden one of you falls ill, or, something happens, you have a plumbing issue on the house. Now, instead of enjoying your empty nest period of time, now you've got house projects to worry about and things to gripe about and things to complain about. So it is an inability to allow ourselves to enjoy the good things in life, the blessings in life. And he talks about the upper limit problem. The upper limit problem means to reach higher and higher states, whether it's in our career, whether it's, an enjoyment factor in our personal life, in our relationship, in our family, or whatever. You have higher and higher, right? Like we want to enjoy more and more and more. We want to achieve more and more and more. And he says, if you have an upper limit problem, it means you don't allow yourself to increase. And in particular, the reason why this book was hard for me to get through, and I think it was a subconscious thing. It wasn't like, oh, I don't want to read this book. It was just like, I need to read the book, and I was putting it off. It's because I have had an upper limit problem for a long time myself. I have been afraid of success. I know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? Everybody wants success. And it's not like I could give you one exact example of why I'm afraid of success. But it could be a number of things. Like success means that you have to perform to a certain level. It could be that success also requires a lot of responsibilities. Success could also mean branching out of your comfort zone and doing things that you've never done before. Success could also mean having to socialize with people maybe you don't want to socialize with. Success can also mean, and it is true for me, that the appearance of success is a problem. And I'll explain that. When I was just a mom, there was no success to worry about. So it was great to thrive in that role. Even before I got married and had my kids, I was doing skincare and makeup and image consulting, and I was great at it, and that was my job, and I felt I've validated, and I'm getting a paycheck and I'm working every day, and okay, great. So any kind of notoriety or success or praise or anything that I received was justified. I'm going to work and people like what I do, and great. But it was after my divorce that it became a problem. You see, success meant to some people that I didn't deserve alimony anymore. Success to some people meant that I didn't deserve as much child support as I was getting, as if it was for me. I didn't deserve. The kids deserve it, right? But if I was successful, then I had plenty of money for the kids, so I shouldn't need child support from anyone. Success also meant that I appeared to look like I could pay back debts. I couldn't. I had an angel investor at the time, right? But the appearance is that Bahar's doing good in business. And so the expectations, the gossip, the presumptions started to pop up more and more and more. And then I realized that it was I've had conversations like this before, and I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm trying to build a business. What am I supposed to do? Show up in rags on a video so that people say, oh, well, she's not doing all that great. No, the whole point was that I was trying to build a business. And I believe in first impressions and being presentable, right? But to somebody on the outside looking in, I look like I had it all going on. Meanwhile, I'm looking for change, like spare change, to buy my kids McDonald's every once in a while. So the appearance of success became a problem. And so I said, well, then I just won't post on social media. Well, then I just won't push that much in business. Well, then I won't do this and I won't do that. And I slowly started to pull back. And that created a lot of wishes and dreams and I'm going to's, and I never did. I stalled my own progress. I stalled my own success because I didn't want to be judged for the success I knew I truly didn't have, but that appeared to have. And as a result, the actual success that I could have was stalled. Not gone, but stalled. So we do that to ourselves a lot. It's most important to recognize it. Sometimes it takes a while. It took me a while. It took me a while to realize why I was holding myself back until someone said to me, you know what, Bahar, you talk a lot about what you want to do and the dreams you want to have. And they're all legit. They're all doable. They're all totally, right up your alley, but you just don't do it. What's holding you back? And then I had to think about it. So we have to recognize when we're doing it. And he talks about recognizing it and what you can do and strategies to break yourself of that. And it's a lot of just reminders of realizing what we're doing, the power that we have over our minds and our bodies when we want to avoid good things. We get so used to complaining, whining, blaming, not taking responsibility for things. So that when something good happens, we go, I don't deserve it. We have to get to a point where we do deserve it, where we actively go for more good things happening, opportunities, career opportunities, relationship opportunities. We go, yeah, because I've done the work, I totally deserve it. Just like what it was like when I was working before my family, right? I worked, I performed a service, I get a paycheck. I worked, I performed a service, I get praise. Totally legit, right? So if you do the work on yourself and you do what's necessary and you worked hard for that new car, or you worked hard for that new promotion, or you worked hard for that new, launch in your business or whatever, then absolutely, why not reap the benefits of your success? So it's not the easiest book to read, but it's definitely a good one to read, especially if you find yourself holding back in some areas. So I highly recommend checking this out. If you would like to go to the direct link, it is on my secondhalfministries.com website under resources. I highly recommend checking it out. If you're on Instagram, you can also get the link in the bio for my Amazon store, and it's in there as well, along with a lot of other books that will be beneficial to you and will be coming up soon in other reviews. So definitely check out Instagram and my YouTube channel for reviews on any kind of books that you're interested in. I always like to get a little bit of a review on books first so that I know if it's worth my time and my money. So thank you for taking the time to listen, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.